You could be having the best day of your life, and then suddenly you start reading Russian literature and you find yourself depressed. If you find yourself caught in an existential loop, you have one man to thank for, Fyodor Dostoevsky. Welcome to The Second Angle. I am your host, Medha Sarah Sam. Today's episode will be on the female characters in Fyodor Dostoevsky's works. In this episode of The Second Angle, we will be rereading the classics by Fyodor Dostoevsky. His characters are not just fictitious, they are a reflection of his own psyche. When we talk about his characters, we always see how Dostoevsky's writing has the power to entrap us into these characters. The protagonists start living inside us. They are heavily tied to their crimes, to their morality, to their redemption. And speaking of redemption, these come from their romance. At the core of Dostoevsky's philosophy is the Christian redemption, where the male protagonist is saved by, quote-unquote, the fallen woman in society. So dear readers, let me invite you to read Dostoevsky's works. His works like Crime and Punishment, White Nights, and Notes from the Underground. In this episode, we will be discussing about Dostoevsky's female characters in his novels. Lisa from Notes from the Underground, Sonia from Crime and Punishment, and Nastenka from White Nights. In this episode of The Second Angle, we will be questioning women's agency in Dostoevsky's novel. Are they entirely powerless, or are they the primal characters of the novels? Angle A is that the women characters are the catalysts of the novel. They drive the plot forward. The second angle is that they're just the instruments for the redemption of the protagonist. The third angle is that it's not just about man or the woman, it's just about the human redemption. Now let's look at each of these characters and angles in detail. Are women the central characters of Dostoevsky's novels? The women are the catalyst of the redemption, but is that the only agency that they receive? They are the source of redemption. They save the men from the moral guilt and their intellectual frustration. When it comes to White Nights and the character Nastenka, it is through her that the man receives redemption. When we talk about the second angle, the women are sidelined characters. They don't have a plot or a story of their own that stays hidden, or maybe it's not that loud. Lisa from Notes from the Underground and Sonia from Crime and Punishment are portrayed as these side characters. Women who are quote-unquote portrayed as fallen in society are the ones who save the man from that moral guilt. And yet we have a third angle. It's not about the man or it's not about the woman. It's about human redemption. Whether it be a man or a woman, all of these are moral characters. Characters who are confused about their life, their moral guilt, and their intellectual freedom. And when we talk about redemption, it's not just about a man or a woman. It's about human redemption. What do you think? Are the women the characters? Are they the sideline characters? Or is it even about the man or the woman? Maybe you can come up with a fourth angle. Do you support the arguments that I have stated, or are you against them? This is why classics are special. They invite you to reread them and reinterpret them. See you in the next episode of The Second Angle.